this is very, very important because most of us feel that we're completely at the whim of our thoughts and emotions, that we're completely at the whim of our experiences, that we're affected by our thoughts, that we're affected by our emotions, and that we're affected by our experiences, and that that's just the way it is. And we can never get outside that cause and effect, that we're human beings and we're at the effect of these thoughts, emotions, and experiences. So we whirl around in a turmoil of confusion, most of us for all of our lives, bouncing between thought and thought, emotion and emotion, and experience and experience. And we do so only due to conventional beliefs. We do so because we believe that these thoughts, emotions, and experiences can affect us in some way. The essence of everything is love, and the essence of everything, no matter what it is entirely beneficial. And when we think about that or talk about that, sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the rapture of what that might feel like, the love. It's the love, oh, the love, it feels so good. Or we might want to start thinking about what that means, that the essence of everything is love. Because if the essence of everything is love, then what that automatically implies is that everything is beneficially intended, no matter what it is. But what does that really mean to us in a practical way in terms of the way we live our daily lives and the way we think, the emotions that we have and the experiences we have? Well, first of all, we have to understand what love is like in physical terms. So what it is like in physical terms, even in a way that we could look at through science and materialism. We experience ourselves as material beings to a certain degree, living in a world that appears to be material. And so how does all of this fit together and how does it apply? Well, all of the things that most of us think about ourselves are things that we've learned from somebody else. So very rarely do we have ideas about anything that's going on that is outside of conventional belief. When we talk about love, love to everyone means relief. It means complete relief from everything. So what does that mean in the terms of the way we operate on a daily basis? Well, one of the things we could say is that love being everything is like space. And when we look out at the vast expanse of space, the infinite expanse, what we can say about that is that it is infinite. It is indestructible. It cannot be destroyed. It cannot be burned. It cannot be changed. It undergoes no transition. We can't say that this is the space of the present and that there was a space unlike this one that is in the past and another space that will be in the future. So we can say that space too is timeless. And we can also today look at ourselves as individual entities or anything in our world, and we can apply different scientific instrumentation to it, and we can show that all appearances, all material appearances, everything that we might consider to be material is comprised of space. So we can look at it under the lens of an electron microscope and break anything down and see that it's comprised of electrons, and put it in a linear accelerator, and even beyond that, then we can see that everything is comprised of space. So no matter what we are, we're comprised of space. And this love that we are can be equated to space. So it's inseparable from space. It's inseparable from the actual physical, material, basic space of everything. It can never be separated out, just like the color blue cannot be separated from the sky. The essence of love cannot be separated out from space. So how then do we experience ourselves? What exactly are the circumstances by which we experience ourselves? We experience ourselves as human beings because we are aware. We have awareness. And this awareness too is inseparable from space. So we don't generate awareness in and of ourselves, as everything is comprised of infinite space. Awareness is also comprised of infinite space. There's never been an individual entity that generated their own awareness. Nothing that appears, nothing that is material, no matter what it is self-originating. There is not a single appearance whatsoever that has ever been self-originating, is self-originating now, or will be self-originating in the future. So then we can look at all of the words in the dictionary, all of these things that we use to describe appearances, whether they're intangible or tangible, and we can see that they're all comprised of space, that the essence of this space is beneficial or wholly positive, love-based, and that this space is aware. So we exist and everything exists as aware pure space, a vivid appearance of aware pure space. And even though the material appearances may seem quite distinct and clear, these material appearances are distinct and clear according to our beliefs. And one of the common beliefs that most human beings have today, that they live by on a daily basis, is that this entire expanse of space is somehow time and location based. So this is a specific belief system, time and location, or time and space, that attributes everything to having time, both time and dimension. In other words, sequences of time that apply to all appearances, and also a location that applies to all appearances. And the other primary belief system that most human beings have today is one of causation, or cause and effect. And the belief system of cause and effect says that everything that appears has a cause, and that it is an effect of that cause. These are belief systems that have ruled much of humankind until this point in human history. But right now, human history is changing everything. So this location that we call human history, we're finding that it's really never been stuck anywhere, that it's too comprised of space, that it's this space has never really been made into anything. It's never really existed as anything. So that's what we as humankind are toying with right now. What does that mean to us? And what does it mean to the way we live? What does it mean to the beliefs we've had about ourselves and the world we live in? Well, when we consider everything about ourselves as individual human beings and the way we live to be located within time and space and to be cause-based, then everything that happens with us, we attribute to cause and effect. So if we have a thought, we attribute that thought to causes. If we have an emotion, we attribute that emotion to causes. And as we go about our daily life, everything that happens between us and other human beings, or between us and the world we live in, we attribute to causes. And attributing everything to causes leads to turmoil and suffering. When we attribute every thought we have and every emotion we have to a cause, then we're taking it outside of the space that it is comprised of, and we're saying that it is something in and of itself that can somehow cause us to be affected by it. This is very, very important because most of us feel that we're completely at the whim of our thoughts and emotions, that we're completely at the whim of our experiences, that we're affected by our thoughts, that we're affected by our emotions, and that we're affected by our experiences, and that that's just the way it is. And we can never get outside that cause and effect, that we're human beings and we're at the effect of these thoughts, emotions, and experiences. So we whirl around in a turmoil of confusion, most of us for all of our lives, bouncing between thought and thought, emotion and emotion, and experience and experience. And we do so only due to conventional beliefs. We do so because we believe that these thoughts, emotions, and experiences can affect us in some way.